Welcome to the Hawksman podcast. I'm James Mason.
And I'm Sarah Colenso.
Every time we get together, we're going to be discussing what's happened previously in the property market and then perhaps predicting the future and seeing if we can get it right on what's coming up. Right, well, Colenso.
Yeah.
We're sat here. England are in a final of a major tournament.
Yes.
And it's 25 degrees today.
Yes.
Is it suddenly all coming right?
I think people could actually, from that, guess the actual day that we're filming this, because it hasn't happened very often, has it?
No, it hasn't. And hopefully this will go out so we don't have to say well done or commiserations to the England team.
Our hope is still out there.
We can get it out and then see what happens later.
That's what she said.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway, football, good, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Not really my sport. It's
I know that.
wrong shaped ball for me.
Mm-hmm.
And also Jimmy Anderson's playing his last test at the moment, so kind of want to be watching that a little bit as well. But well done.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, really good. Seem like a good set of lads.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. And they've done brilliantly. And yes, I'm best of luck for Sunday.
if it's good for the country, good for everyone.
God, have we turned into 1950s people?
Yeah, we could do that. But yeah, look, it's been interesting, isn't it? There's a lot going on at the moment, sports-wise, which is great. It's Wimbledon. I see it on my Instagram every day. Somebody else I know has gone there.
And is that good or bad for the real estate market? Because we can turn anything into a reason. Is it really good?
Yeah,
Yes. Feel good factor.
Because
There's hope in the air.
Because Wimbledon's really busy and overcrowded, so people living there think we should move.
Let's move out. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So
yes.
yeah, if you do live in Wimbledon and you got really fed up with it this year,
Go on down the A3.
Sorry.
Lovely.
It's a path well trodden.
It is.
Just straight down the A3, pick a town, we'll sell you a house.
Yes.
And yeah, look, I think lots has happened, hasn't it? So
Well, yes. On a different schedule to the one we were predicting.
Yeah, so obviously we're hugely important political commentators as estate agents, zero qualifications. But we all expected that the election was going to come later than it actually did.
We were working to a 9-month year, weren't we? That's what we were telling everybody. It's just going to be a normal year, but a strong year for 9 months. And then they're going to call the election, shut down shop.
It's funny,
and we'll cruise into Christmas.
We had a plan. It was a
brilliant plan.
It was a brilliant plan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And now we're on to plan B. But it was all there to say, look, and everything was going to plan as well, wasn't it? We had I started to notice it. I think I said on one of these podcasts or something, I said straight after the Easter holidays.
Yes.
It suddenly ramped up. So
Yes.
when was the Easter holidays? When was
April.
End of April. So, yeah, because May turned out, and we're very fortunate, even though we do talk about some of the other estate agents we don't like necessarily on here. We would never name you, of course.
No, we wouldn't. We might do an impression, though.
Well, yes. But we're also really good friends with lots and lots of estate agents, guys that run really, really big companies.
Guys and ladies.
Guys and ladies as well, who run really, really big companies up in London, who have all been saying exactly the same thing. May was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And we all expected that to continue through until old Dishy Rishi said, let's do an election now.
Get me out.
Because I'd like to be out for the summer.
I want to be over in America by Christmas. Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm going to be over there, but anyway, all of that stuff. So, the election, we all knew what was going to happen. But I think what we thought was going to happened, was that even though everybody knew it was going to be a new government coming in, I think there was still two camps, wasn't there? There were those who just got on with their life.
Yes.
Bought a house, moved, kids are starting school, or we're having another baby, or we're getting...
Life events are dictating that we need to buy a house.
We need to buy a house.
There we are.
Just get on with
Yes.
it. And then what we did find is that those kind of wavering buyers, those uncertain buyers, it just made them a little bit more uncertain. And I think that they were looking at houses that probably suited them, yet they didn't pull the trigger.
Well, there's no urgency, is there? Because exactly. Borrowing is more expensive than it was 3 years ago, all of that kind of thing. And it's almost like they want to, be struck with a light bulb and lightning bolt.
With a reason not to buy.
Yes.
So I think just on that, be careful if you're selling your house and agents are saying there's loads of buyers. Yeah, there are plenty of buyers out there, but the quality of them is a bit mixed.
It's just whether they're going to pull the trigger or not.
Absolutely. So we are trying to work. We reckon it's about
quality of mentality, I'd say, because there are people with the ability to buy houses.
Yeah.
It's just they need to be reassured, convinced, all of this kind of thing to actually buy. Yeah, exactly.
They're all sat in rented, going, I'm going to stay in rented.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure what you're waiting for, because if you suddenly think mortgage rates are going to go back down to the lowest figures they ever were, ever, they're probably not. And yet there are really good houses.
They're good quality on paper. Are you watching Love Island this year?
No.
Are you? Don't give me that face. You've watched it before.
I watched one series.
There we are. You were addicted.
I watched one series.
It was a valid question.
Then I stopped.
Okay. Anyway, good quality buyers on paper. Don't laugh at me.
Yeah.
But they haven't got the mentality to actually push on. They say my type on paper.
Oh.
Yes. But anyway, we were thinking that everything would stop when the election was called. But interestingly, because he called it early, everyone just kind of went, oh, that's a surprise. Just kind of carried on, didn't they? Yeah. So it was almost a good thing.
Well, look, it's a thing.
It's a thing, because we don't know actually yet which lane we're going to end up in, do we?
We've been asked this straight away. People saying, have you seen a reaction since the election result? It was Friday. It's Thursday today, and everyone's out of the country. I should say, I think when I look back over history, I think these 2 weeks, everyone always says, oh, I'm not going to put my house on the market in August. So actually, I think it's these 2 weeks when the majority of people in our marketplace, private schools have broken up, but everyone's on a plane straight away, aren't
For
they?
a cheap holiday. Cheaper. Yes.
Also, some people have gone even before term finishes.
Yes.
Some of them definitely before speech day. Out the door, aren't they?
Yep.
And I think there's going to be people now who are on their sort of 2 or 3 week holidays that will eventually then come back, and then they'll be making plans. We got an email in this morning from someone who's away who said, can I view a property?
Yes.
Back?
Yeah.
So I think to ask what the property market's done straight away, it's far too early to tell. I probably won't have an answer until July. So you heard it here first. We don't know.
Is that the first time an estate agent ever admitted that?
We just don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Listen, what's the dream scenario? Well, the dream scenario is that the Bank of England drop interest rates at the next meeting by maybe 0.25%.
Yep.
Maybe half, but 0.25%. Mortgage lenders have already dropped their rates last week by about 0.2, some of the big ones. So if that continues and we see a little bit of a slide on rates going down, affordability going up, could be a really, really good... someone described it as an Indian summer for the property market.
Oh.
Can't credit you, can't remember who said it, but it was on LinkedIn. Well,
all right, yeah. But also, there could be opportunities to be had, couldn't there?
But this is what I think. When I've spoken to the good buyers, I've said to them, look, you might find yourself in a situation later in the year, if mortgage rates do come down and all these buyers flood back to the market, and there isn't as many properties for sale as we think there are going to be.
You're going to have a lot more competition to buy the house you want to buy, yeah.
So I don't get it. If you see the house that you want to live in that makes you and your family happy, buy it.
Buy it.
Because, and this is a Tom Panos line, you marry the house, but you date the rate. The rate will change in 2 years' time.
It's a really good saying.
Or 5 years' time.
Yeah.
But your house is your house. And remember, we're dealing with people, and what is interesting, the people that we're dealing with at the moment are all longer-term plans.
Yes, they are.
So I would say 10-year plus.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, I would say 10-year plus is the majority of our transactions that are going through on where people are. We're not London, we're not transient. It is much more.
You come, you put down your roots and you raise your family.
People are staying here. Even our overseas buyers who've come over and rented for a couple of years work out, no, we're staying at the ATS, we're staying at Daneshill, whatever it may be. This is what we're doing. So I think if you see a house that you like at the moment, buy it.
Yeah. Yes, I mean... It's,
shock horror, estate agent says.
I mean, it's spectacularly simplified, but absolutely, that's the best advice you could give at the moment. Yeah. Buy the damn house. If you like it and you can afford it, buy it.
Family and yourself happy.
Buy a house.
Give yourself a gift. Buy a house.
Yes.
But yeah, I think, look, June has been a really good month for us. I think we took it quite seriously about looking at what was going to happen in the market. And we gave some quite challenging advice in some cases to vendors.
Haven't we got amazing vendors, though?
Best in the world.
I mean... God love them. They trust us. And some of them pull some really big faces, don't they? Yeah. We give them the advice that we want them to hear. Yeah. And then they let us run with it.
Yeah.
And we've got some amazing results for them, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. And it's really exciting for me because now we're starting to see all the exchanges and completions of the houses that we've done before that are all starting to come through. There's a lot more happening at the moment.
It's hard work. Nothing's easy though, is it?
I'll tell you. But look, it is such hard work at the moment. If you think it's easy moving home right now, it is not. Even the easy transactions will have something. Yes. There's always something in there.
It's so strange.
And the appetite to solve problems from all parties seems to have dissipated. I feel like the only one trying to look for a solution sometimes.
Well, you are, I think.
In a sea of problems.
Absolutely, you are.
And
but what makes all the difference?
Look, I've thought long and hard about saying this. We've talked about this privately, Sarah, and
we feel really strongly about it. So we've decided we're going to put our heads above the parapet on it, aren't we?
Look, you've seen what I've had to put up with in some of the last few weeks with regard to solicitors.
And I've had some sensational stuff earlier in the year as well. So
as well, right? So we are absolutely adamant. If you are moving home, there are a couple of things that are happening right now that are challenging. So one is that mortgage companies are a bit slower.
Yes.
Okay. So mortgage companies are a bit slower. There's no question about that. Is it because there's a record number of applications? Probably not. Is it because they're a bit short-staffed?
Probably.
Is it because we're now going into summer holidays and some of their staff will be on holiday?
Probably.
And is it because they're a bit more cautious and they want your inside leg measurement and how much you spend on Netflix and avocados? Yeah, probably. Right?
Well, I'm just sorry, but yes.
But it's making things a little bit slower. What I cannot understand, and
we've seen a rush of it, haven't we?
Rein me in if I say something wrong.
I kind of want you to go nuts on this one. Okay, I will.
Solicitors, right? I don't understand why on a transaction of anywhere between 1 and 3 million, 4 million, 5 million quid, right? Why a solicitor advises their client to wait until they've got their survey report in writing and their formal mortgage offer before they will start doing any of the legal process.
Yeah.
Even, Sarah, to the point of not applying for their local searches.
It's mental. I don't understand it. But we've seen it, 3 or 4 times, haven't we? More than that?
And the rest.
Yeah.
Well, on our client, but we're talking about further down the chain.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's ridiculous. That's very true. Ramp that up. Yeah.
I mean, the last, I don't know, however many exchanges we've done, we have been ready for weeks. We have been ready on one case for nearly 7 weeks. We've been ready and we're waiting for the chain above or below to catch up because they haven't done their work.
Yeah. And what's the reason they're giving? The solicitors are giving?
Well, it's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. We don't want to... we're protecting our clients' money.
Yeah.
We don't want them applying for searches unnecessarily if there's a problem on the survey.
It's ridiculous.
Or if there's a problem with their finance.
Yeah.
And it's like, you've got an agreement in principle. It's all going to be okay.
But it makes everyone sound really flaky when there's a delay, trying to explain that to the other side.
Are we talking, Sarah, about saving someone £10,000 on a local search?
No, we're not, James. No, we're not. It's usually less than 400, isn't it?
400 quid, right? And they take them a week to come back in Elmbridge. And then you get information from it that you can start your legal process on. So I just don't get it.
And I think something that we've talked about that we really wanted to highlight to people, they're the client. So if the solicitor does something that is questionable like that, ask them why. You don't have to tell them their job, but ask them why they're doing it. And if they say, well, we don't want to waste your money if something comes up on the survey, say, do you know what? Thank you for thinking of it, but let's press on. Because otherwise...
It's not 10 grand, it's 400 quid, right? And you're buying a house at 1.5.
Let's keep the train on the tracks, keep everything moving forward.
Whatever it may be.
Keep it all in parallel, tandem, whatever you need to do, but let's keep everything moving forward.
Well, look, I've made I've made a decision as a company is now on all of our memorandums of sale, on every single transaction that we do, that will now be a clause on our memorandum of sale that that searches, not just local, searches are to be applied for on receipt of draft contract.
Yes.
It's a non-negotiable.
Yes.
It'll be agreed with the buyer. It'll be agreed with the seller. And that will happen. So if you are an estate agent and you own your own company or you work for a company, talk to your bosses, talk to your colleagues. I think we should all start putting that in because I'm fed up of having to wait 6 weeks for the legal work to start. There's no excuse for it at all.
Not necessary.
No, I don't get it. I wonder if it's laziness, but certainly the 6 or 7 solicitors that we deal with,
they'd never do that
on a rotation basis. That we always talk to them. Have you got capacity at the moment? They don't. They just get on with it and they get everything done.
And that's why we like them.
So if you're selling a house as well, let's just talk to you directly, sellers. If you're selling a house, make sure you have that conversation with your agent. You don't want to be waiting for all the legal work to happen. And if you're buying a house, just pick a solicitor and you say to them, I want you to apply for searches straight away. I want you getting on with the legal work. You are employing them. You're paying them.
Yeah. You're the client.
Let them do some bloody work for it, you know. So I think that the idea of how difficult everything is at the moment with transactions is self-imposed by solicitors and estate agents not managing that process closely enough.
Efficiently,
because it always used to be, Sarah, the legal work was almost done and you'd be there going,
and then,
have you got the mortgage offer?
Exactly.
Has it arrived yet? Oh, it's dropped.
Who's an exchange?
Is the name spelled correctly? it is great. Can we exchange? Yeah, great. Right?
Yeah.
Phone down. And those days seem to have gone. It's like
So let's bring them back, because there's no reason not to. For the sake of 400 quid, let's get them back, please.
Absolutely. So there we are. I think it's going to be an interesting time going forward. We are looking at some more amazing properties. We've seen in the last week.
Yeah.
Some of the properties we've seen have been phenomenal.
Really exciting.
If you're on the market over July and August,
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
No.
Don't expect busloads of viewers coming through your front door. It probably won't happen.
No.
But the viewers that you should get through the front door should be
Really good quality.
Really good quality, we hope. All right.
Yeah.
Certainly, when we're drilling down on our questions with our buyers, we are looking for those ones who are keen to move and want to get in.
Most definitely. Funny that, isn't it?
I think everyone would, but it doesn't happen.
Yes.
Anyway, there you go. So look, there you have it. We have got a summer ahead of us that is going to be interesting, and we'll be back to tell you whether we got it right. Well, we did, because we said we don't know. So we'll be back to tell you that we were right in a couple of months' time, maybe. You're off on a holiday now, aren't you?
I am going tomorrow.
Oh, lovely. How far? I have mine, so I
I packed my England shirt because I've worn it for all the other games, you see, and we're doing really well.
Yeah.
And I've also, I've also...
Did you enjoy the game last night?
No, James, I didn't.
Where were you?
Starlight Express, James. I booked those tickets on the 7th of November last year. I remember seeing that show as a child. I was very, very excited until I realised what it was coinciding with.
Yeah.
But the only good thing was the theatre is at Wembley. So when we came out and I saw that, because at half-time 1-1, and then I got my phone out 30 seconds after I'd stopped clapping for the show, that little one had turned into a 2 on our side. I walked outside, I was with my people.
Fantastic.
Yes, a lot of drunk men. They're not my people, but England fans. And exactly, singing Hey Jude. He didn't score, but, we love him. So I'll be in Madeira for the final in my England shirt.
Well done. Last night you left the theatre and you got your skates on down to the house.
Wait, edit that as well, Rachel.
Oh, that can stay in.
No, get rid of it.
Yeah. So listen, if you're thinking of selling, you want to have a chat with us about a sensible approach to moving, we're very happy to have a chat with you over the summer, whether it's for a move this year or if you're planning for next, which many people are at the moment. We've got people planning way ahead. So we're very happy to have a chat with you. And if there's anything we can help with, just get in touch.